Hey guys, it's Brandy back again with another what sold video. I've already showed you what sold May and June of 2020 Barbie edition. So I thought I'd show you some more items that sold that aren't toys or Barbies. So let's get started. Alright guys, so again I decided to show you, separate some of my what solds out just to kind of chop them up and put them in I guess categories. So I did the what sold Barbie. I'll put the link up here above. In today's video I am doing electronics, and I threw in some other items, some clothes and shoes that I had sold, just some other items that I sell, just so you can get an idea. So let's get into it. The first item I have up is a Sega Game Gear. It's a handheld console. It is vintage, if you guys can recognize that, right? It does have a Sonic 2 Batman game and the case, and actually the instructions. It did work. It did have a little issue with it. I mean, it has some writing on in the case, but that's not what I'm talking about. It had that that glare, or that rubbing that goes across the screen sometimes on some of these handhelds, and you can see it right there in the middle of the screen. But otherwise it did work. It came on. Me and my son did test it to make sure that it worked properly and that it did play. We had a little bit of fun, of course, because he is my official tester if you don't follow me on Instagram. Anyway, this did sell for best offer of $45 plus shipping. And next up we have this really cute Airborne, I guess that's how you say the name. It's a kid's Airborne jumpsuit. I don't know if it's a Halloween or if it's maybe somebody who worked at an air something, I don't know, who bought it for their kids, or if they just made these. But I thought it was really cute. It was a size 4. It did sell for full asking price of $29.49. It was in great condition. It didn't have any issues with it. It looked like it was probably worn maybe a couple of times, and that was it. So it was really cute. I was kind of upset it wasn't my son's size. Next up we have this vintage Coeco 1983 kid vid voice recorder. And these were popular back when I was a kid, or maybe I was probably a little young, but they did have a lot of different voice recorders. I know there was a big popular one in what's the movie? Come on guys, what's the movie? What's the movie? Tip of my tongue. Where's Reddit? Home Alone. So there's a couple out there, but this is the Coeco one, and this was for my death pile, and so was the previous two items, the Airborne suit and the Sega game. So I don't have cost of goods for these. These are items that were just sitting, and I finally listed them. I believe some of these items you can actually find in my death pile haul pulls that I have up. But I did list it, and it did sell for full asking price of $32.49. It was dusty. I tried to clean it out as good as I could, but the dust kind of was like really ground in. And it was tested, and it did work. Next up we have this vintage Cos cordless headphones transmitter. I wasn't even sure what this was. Again, this was from my death pile, so I don't have a cost of goods for you. It's been sitting for a while. I did plug it in to see if it worked. I don't have any equipment to really test this type of transmitter, but I plugged it in so you could see that the light came on, and the buyer did ask about it, and I let them know that's all I knew. So it did sell for full asking price of $39.49, and I believe this was actually shipped overseas. Next up we have this adult costume cosplay. It's kind of like a onesie, I guess you could call it. I don't know anything about the Danganronpa. I don't know anything about this type of anime or cosplay, but I received this in a new toy haul that I had, which a video is up for that back in April, and I paid $3.60 per item for all of those items. So this cost me $3.60, and it did sell for full asking price of $55.49. I believe this did sell pretty quickly. I believe in 1 or 2 days it sold. So. And next up we have this vintage Stuart Little Radio Shack RC remote control car. I actually tested this. I believe I put a little video up on Instagram when I tested it. I could only get it to move forward. It actually did not work at first. I had to clean it out. I used some alcohol and cleaned out the battery compartment and all the, you know, internal whatevers, and let it dry, put the batteries back in, and it actually did work. Again, however, I could only get it to move forward. I couldn't get it to move backward. I did put that in the description so that whoever was purchasing it did know that that's all I could do. So again, guys, don't be afraid to let buyers know what's wrong with the product or what's wrong with items. Let them make that decision. This item did sell, I believe, pretty quickly. I want to say a week or two for $54.49. So, and he's cute. Look at him. Next up, we have kind of a dud. These were some Douglas Gill water rain boots, and these came out of my death pile, and so did the Radio Shack Stuart Little, and I just finally listed them, and then I put them on sale. So they sold for $17.84. You know, not bad, but it did get them out of my house and out of my inventory. So a sale is a sale is a sale. Okay, so they were pretty cool boots. I kind of wish they were my size. I like rain boots. Next up, we have this vintage American Tourister Tiara round suitcase. This is a really pretty suitcase. It was in great condition. It had a little bit of stuff on the, what is that, the lock? What do you call that? But the outside was in great condition. There weren't any scuff marks. The inside was really nice and green. You know, it didn't smell, it wasn't torn. A lot of times you see the fabric torn, or you see mold or something growing. So this was in really great condition, and it did sell for full asking price of $54.49. And the last item I have up is a Nicolette Elite 200 obstetric vascular Doppler, and this is what you use. A pregnant woman would use to hear the heartbeat of the baby inside her belly, or if you have vascular problems, you can also hear your own heartbeat, and you can hear your blood flowing through different parts of your body. So this was from my death pile. Again, like I said, most of these items in this video are from my death pile. So I did actually accept best offer of $169 plus shipping for this. I put it up at $225 because there was such a huge difference in the last ones that sold. I wasn't sure, so I just kind of threw it out there and was happy to take the $169. It did work. I tested it. We made sure that we could hear heartbeats and that it came on properly, and so that was a really cool sale. And it also came with its case. Alright guys, well that was all I have for what sold. That was May through June. Just a couple of random items I wanted to show you guys what's out there. Mainly I wanted to show you that video because most of those items were from my death pile. So guys, really make sure you're digging into the stuff that you already have. You probably have treasure just sitting in your basement, in your storage unit, in the back bin that you haven't been in a long time. So it's definitely worth the time to take that stuff out, draft it, research it, and get it listed, because again, all these items came from my death pile except for the cosplay costume, and now they're no longer here, and I now have cash. So make money selling those items, flip them, get them out. Don't wait. Thanks again for watching. Bye.